I wanted to talk a quick minute today about knowing your vendor and what information you can get. Um, there are different databases out there. There's some that anybody can get. Like I think it's Truthfinder and Instant Checkmate, and I think it's been verified. That anybody can get. So that information can realistically be given to any client. But when you're dealing with things like TLO, SkipMax, DelvePoint, IDI, Microbilt, the whole litany of those. Those reports are for informational purposes only and are supposed to be kept in-house. They're not supposed to be shared. Now, it's a possibility that if you get subpoenaed for your entire file and you save that, you're going to have to turn it over. That I can't control. And neither can the data vendors, and I'm going to follow up with them about that actually, because I just thought about that as I was speaking. But those types of reports are supposed to be kept in-house. That's why I'm not going to say I don't do a lot of them. As a good investigator or collection agent or skip tracer, they're just starting points. You don't take them as gospel. I have a 2-page checklist of things that I make sure I go through. I don't even look at it anymore because I've been doing this for a long time. Right now, with everything going on, people are out there offering, skip traces, asset searches, and things of the like that actually should not be doing them. What they're doing is, and I'm going to just use myself as an example, they're paying me to run them, and then they're turning around and then giving them to the client. They're going to, redact my information because when you run these, your information, the person that runs it, is always on the reports. So then they turn around and they upsell it. It might cost me $3 or something, and then they upsell it for 300 or something. So you have to watch that. Anybody that does anything for me, I've vetted, whether it's, helping me with skip traces because I get too busy, whether they do bank account searches, asset searches, things along that lines. Don't get me started on bank account searches. Bank account searches, by law, you're only allowed to get the name of the bank and the approximate amount of funds, meaning like high 2 figures, low 3 figures in the bank account, and not the account number. So if you're getting the account number and the actual bank balance, then it was done via pretext illegally. So, you have to keep an eye out there because just like there's a lot of bogus people out there trying to, offer you stuff because of this coronavirus. There's also, stipulations on who can and cannot get certain databases and what reasons you can access them for. Like process servers, if they're getting these databases as a process server, they better darn well have a paper in their hands and be skip tracing it from that paper. Now, if you call them, you're one of their clients, an attorney that's one of their clients, and now you want another skip trace done, but you don't have a paper because you want to do the skip before you serve the paper. That's not permissible purpose, and there's people out there doing that sort of stuff. So you need to keep that in mind. Um, you know, Again, I don't want to say this is a cutthroat industry, but it's probably going to be, until this mess is over. We're still supposedly going to be under quarantine for another 10 days ish at this point, at least in Pennsylvania. I don't know how long in New Jersey and Delaware. We can still work as investigators. We're still allowed in the states that I'm in. So we're still allowed to be out there serving, and we're getting papers, 4, 5, 6 a day. And it's weird. We're only getting them from certain spots. New Jersey's kind of quiet, but New Jersey's courts were open, believe it or not. But we're not getting a whole lot out of Jersey. Delaware courts are open but limited open, but we're really quiet in Delaware, so it's fine. We're all doing our own thing. We're doing a lot of marketing and a lot of emails and stuff like that. We're gonna hang in there. We're a good team. Some of them have other jobs, which is very helpful. But again, know your vendor, know what you're getting, know what you're not allowed to get or what you're not getting, and trust in them. That's why I have all this insurance. It's not that I can't be trusted. It's just that a lot of the people, the big insurance companies, the big law firms, have been burnt enough that they require cyber insurance now. They require liability insurance. Most process servers don't have insurance to cover them if they screw up a skip trace. So, that being said, also I just wanted to quick say, watch out for a couple Zooms. Eric Neal and I are going to do a Zoom, conversation. We're going to start getting into that kind of stuff, which I really think you need to do. You need to get into a conversation with somebody and save it and post it, and that sort of thing. But again, I'm always here. If anybody has questions, feel free to reach out to me. Have a great day.